Who here is a fan of Star Trek? Yeah? Awesome. Me too, I'm a total Trekkie. Now in Star Trek, they have some amazing technologies, such as the replicator, which is essentially an atom assembler. I just love how Captain Picard would order his tea from the replicator. Replicator, tea, Earl Grey, hot. Then there's my favorite of all the sciencey gadgets, the medical tricorder. This is the diagnostic scanning device that the Star Trek doctor would wave over the patient's body to detect instantly any sign of injury or disease. But why stop at the diagnosis? Might as well treat the disease too, right? Can you imagine? You have cancer. Okay, it's gone. This sounds like science fiction, right? Crazy. But it's actually science fact. Stuff is already happening. A family-funded startup called Final Frontier Medical Devices created a diagnostic medical tricorder and won a $2.5 million X Prize for their trouble. There are so many dystopian visions of the future. Terminator, Blade Runner, Minority Report. Sadly, it's something we're getting way too accustomed to, getting sucked into the darkness. Instead, I invite you to tune in to the frequency of hope, because there is a lot to look forward to. And I'm not just talking about individual inventions like the tricorder. No, there is a sea change coming. You see, there's this phenomenon called the law of accelerating returns. Essentially, it means that science and technology is advancing at an exponential rate. The thing about the computer between our ears, the human brain, is that it doesn't really grok exponentials. It was optimized eons ago by evolution to think linearly. And it takes us a very long time to get a version update. Consequently, we tend to get blindsided by the exponential advances. Consider the advances that have occurred over the last 100 years. Now imagine what might come to pass over the next 100. This is where our brains will fail us, by extrapolating linearly. Remember, we must take into account the law of accelerating returns. And here's how that will look. At today's rate of change, the last 100 years would actually fit into the next 20. Now, I didn't make this up. This is according to famed futurist, author, and inventor Ray Kurzweil. Now, but you got to remember that the rate of change is continuing to speed up. So actually, the last 100 years will fit into the next 12. Wrap your head around that.